Welcome to the session. I am Tanuja from Department of Food Service Management and Dietetics, Kaveri College for Women, Autonomous, Trichy. I hope this session will help the students in Nutrition and Dietetics program to learn about overweight and obesity. Overweight and obesity are defined as abnormal or excessive fat accumulation in the body. Obesity can be defined as the generalized accumulation of excess adipose tissue in the body, resulting in an increase of more than 20% of the desirable weight. Obesity is due to positive energy balance, where the intake of calories is more than the expenditure of calories. The World Health Organization defines overweight and obesity in terms of body mass index. BMI over 25 kg per meter square is defined as overweight, whereas BMI of over 30 kg per meter square is defined as obesity. Raised BMI is a major risk factor for non-communicable diseases such as cardiovascular diseases, diabetes, musculoskeletal disorders, and some type of cancers. Next, we will see about childhood obesity. Childhood obesity is associated with a higher chance of obesity, premature death, and disability in adulthood. But in addition to increased future risk, obese children experience breathing difficulties, hypertension, early markers of cardiovascular diseases, insulin resistance, and psychological effects. The causes of obesity includes genetic factors, age and gender, eating habits, sedentary lifestyle, and endocrine factors. Genetic inheritance probably influence 50 to 70% a person's chance of becoming overweight. The chance is 80% if both parents are obese, only 7% if neither parent is obese. Obesity can occur at any age in either gender as long as the person is under positive energy balance. Eating habits of certain people may lead to obesity. Nibbling between meals is the common among housewives and is a potential cause for obesity. Also, consumption of high-calorie food sources and junk foods are associated with overweight and obesity. Obesity is found in persons who lead sedentary lifestyle and pay less importance to physical activity. Obesity is found in hypothyroidism. Obesity is common among puberty, pregnancy, and menopausal period, suggesting endocrine may be a factor in obesity. The consequences of obesity includes physical disability. Since the feet have to carry extra load, complications such as osteoarthritis of knee, hip, and lumbar spine are common. Adipose tissues around chest and diaphragm interferes with respiration and predisposes to bronchitis. There is a close association between obesity, diabetes mellitus, and cardiovascular diseases. There is insulin resistance, especially in muscle. Plasma cholesterol level is high, and hence obese individuals are more prone to develop gallstones. Excess cholesterol and triglycerides with low levels of high-density lipoprotein in plasma leads to atherosclerosis. Obese people develop high blood pressure and there is an increased incidence of varicose veins. Obese women when pregnant have greater obstetrical risk because of hypertension, diabetes mellitus, and postpartum infection. Certain type of cancers such as colon, rectum, and prostate in men and uterus, breast, and ovary in women are more prevalent in obesity. Obese adolescents have personality characteristics of self-blame, withdrawal, and feeling of inferiority. The theories of obesity. Excess energy is stored in the fat cells which enlarge or multiply. Hypertrophy means enlargement of fat cells and hyperplasia means multiplication of fat cells. The theories of obesity are discussed under the headings of fat cell theory and set point theory. Fat cell theory shows that during growth, fat cells increase in number. When energy intake exceeds expenditure, fat cells increase in size. When fat cells have reached their maximum size and energy intake continues to exceed energy expenditure, fat cells increase in number again. When fat loss, the size of the fat cells shrinks but not in the number. As it relates to obesity occurs in fat cells known as adipocytes. As an individual grows and develops, the size of the adipose tissue will be affected by factors that modify cell division and the enlargement of the cells. Adults, whether normal or obese, have a fixed number of adipocytes in the body. Obesity developing in adult life is associated only with the enlargement of fat cells. Obesity developing in infancy or childhood is associated with an increase in cell number. Obesity is a consequence of the complex interplay between genetics and environment. Set point theory states that body weight is maintained at a stable range known as the set point, despite the variability in energy intake or energy expenditure. The body tends to maintain a certain weight by adjusting hunger, appetite, and food energy intake compared to metabolism so that a person's effort to alter weight may be unsuccessful. The theory states that body maintains its normal weight and body fat level with internal regulatory controls that dictate how much fat one has. According to set point theory, some individuals have a high set point and others have a low set point. This theory suggests that despite dieting efforts, the body tends to return to its set point weight. However, regular consistent exercise may help to adjust the natural set point. The types of obesity includes apple-shaped body and pear-shaped body. Apple-shaped describes people with ample waist and a tendency to gain weight in their abdomen. Pear-shaped have smaller waist and carry their extra pound in the hips, thighs, and buttocks. If the waist circumference is higher than the hip circumference, it indicates an apple-shaped body, whereas a smaller waist circumference than hip circumference indicates pear-shaped body. Usually, apple-shaped body is common among men and pear-shaped body is common among women. The methods used for the assessment of obesity. Measurement of body weight. An adult weighing 10 to 20% more than the standard weight is overweight and 20% more is obese. Obesity is expressed in terms of body mass index and can be represented as BMI is equal to weight in kilogram divided by height in meter square. The normal BMI is 18.5 to 24.9. If the BMI is between 25 to 29.9, it indicates that an individual is in overweight status. If BMI is between 30 to 39.9, it indicates an individual is in obese status. BMI is calculated by applying the formula weight in kilograms divided by height in meter square. Waist circumference is the most practical tool to evaluate an individual's abdominal fat. High-risk waist circumference interpretation is if men is having greater than 40 inches and woman is having greater than 35 inches of waist circumference. Waist to hip ratio is the most frequently used measure of adiposity. The normal waist to hip ratio is 0.7. If waist to hip ratio is 1 or greater in men and 0.8 or greater in women is an indicative of obesity and increased risk for obesity related diseases. In order to calculate ideal body weight, Broca's index is used. This measurement is easy to calculate and accurate. Broca's index is equal to height in centimeter minus 100. It gives ideal body weight in kilogram. Next, we will discuss about management of overweight and obesity. Integrated weight management includes lifestyle modification, dietary treatment, medical therapy, and surgery. It is important to use goal setting in the management of obesity. Initially, the aim is to maintain weight prior to establishing a realistic weight loss, an average of 0.5 to 1 kilogram per week. Lifestyle modification includes healthy eating plan and exercise program. It is important that one should learn the difference between hunger and appetite. Exercise, particularly aerobic exercise, is an excellent adjunct to any weight loss program. Aerobic exercise uses energy from the body's fat reserves as it increases the amount of oxygen the body takes in. Examples are dancing, jogging, bicycling, and brisk walking. Such exercise helps tone the muscles, burns calories, increases the basal metabolic rate, so food is burnt faster and lowers the set point. Any exercise program must begin slowly and increase over time to avoid physical injuries. The principle of dietary modification includes low-calorie, restricted carbohydrate, restricted fat with normal protein, vitamins and minerals, except sodium. Liberal intake of fluid and high-fiber diet is recommended. For an adult, 20 kilocalorie per kg ideal body weight is prescribed for sedentary worker and 25 kilocalorie per kg body weight is recommended for moderate worker. 0.8 to 1 gram of protein per kg body weight is prescribed for an adult as protein requirement. High carbohydrate content foods like potatoes and rice are restricted. Sugar, which gives empty calories, should be totally avoided. Fruits rich in carbohydrate like banana should be avoided. To produce a feeling of satiety and regular bowel movements, bulk producing carbohydrates like green leafy vegetables and fruits are given. Low fat or no fat should be given as calories are reduced. Foods rich in fat like nuts and oilseeds are avoided. Skim milk should be given. With prolonged restriction of fats, there is likely to be a restriction of fat-soluble vitamin A and D, which may be supplemented. Sodium intake is to be restricted as excess sodium predisposes to retention of fluid. Liberal fluid intake is recommended. A glass of water taken before meals may help to cut down the intake of food. High fiber, low calorie foods like green leafy vegetables, fruits, vegetable salads, whole grain cereals and pulses can be included in the diet. The advantages of high fiber diet for overweight and obesity treatment are they are low in calories, foods like greens provide vitamins and minerals, and they are being high in fiber gives satiety value, helps in regulating bowel movements and reduces blood cholesterol. The general dietary guidelines to be followed: soups prepared from vegetables, pulses without the addition of fat or starch should be included in the diet. Salads prepared using raw tomato, cucumber, cabbage, capsicum, radish, lettuce, carrots, sprouted green gram or Bengal grams can be included. Root vegetables should be avoided. High-calorie fruits like mangoes, bananas and dry fruits should be avoided. Cottage cheese to be used for processed cheese. All fried food should be avoided. Avoid concentrated sweets like sugar, honey, ice cream, puddings, chocolate, candy, etc. Alcoholic beverages to be avoided. So this image shows the food items to be avoided in the treatment of overweight and obesity. As medical therapy, medications have a limited role in the treatment of obesity. The use of any weight loss medication, whether by prescription or over the counter, should be considered very carefully. Surgical procedures used are the gastric bypass and stomach banding. Both procedures reduce the size of the stomach. In gastric bypass, most of the stomach is stapled off, creating a pouch in the upper part. The pouch is attached directly to the jejunum so that the food eaten bypasses most of the stomach. In stomach banding, the stomach is also stapled but to a slightly lesser degree than in gastric bypass. The food moves to the duodenum, but the outlet from the upper stomach is somewhat restricted. In both procedures, the reduced stomach capacity limits the amount of food that can be eaten, and fewer nutrients are absorbed. Consequently, weight is lost. During weight reduction and after achieving normal weight, individuals are advised to follow the following instructions for the future control of obesity. Avoid snacks between meals, fried foods, and foods to which fat is added liberally for cooking, milk products prepared from cream or butter, nuts, and desserts. Decrease consumption of meat and fatty poultry. Increase consumption of fruits and vegetables except tubers. Check the weight at least every week on a reliable scale. Daily exercise with the same zeal as during the reducing program. 3 regular meals should be taken. Avoid skipping breakfast as it increases food intake during lunch. This session will be summarized as we discussed about introduction, definition, causes, consequences, types, theory, assessment, management of overweight and obesity. With proper lifestyle and dietary approaches, have a healthy life. Thank you.